Late. We're going live. Hi, everybody. Johnny just got up. He'll be right back.
It was loud. Oh, don't do that.
How is everybody tonight?
Well, you got a good ad. You got Star Wars this time.
Oh, good. I just wanted to start by thanking everyone for their support this week with Mia's passing. And thank you for not emailing me, because when Pilar passed, I got hundreds and hundreds of emails. It was too much. So thank you for honoring my request for no emails. Hope everyone's doing well. Needed some laughs tonight, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I got so many questions here. I think I've got like 5 pages of questions. Getting organized.
Now I get the notification. Thank you, YouTube, for being late. I'm already here. Lisa did give me the notification, though.
Do I have anybody in here as a moderator? I think I saw
Roberta's here and Ona's here. Hi, Tallulah. Hi, Kathy.
Noelle, I made you a moderator. I thought I had before, but just made you one again if I hadn't.
It falls off or something. I used to be one on Becca's channel. Not anymore. And now it's flying by now. I can't read it.
It's catching up.
Look on the big screen. I got it over here and over there.
So what a week, huh? Left Parnas blew everything apart.
It only takes one.
Yeah, it only takes one Diego Tortoise to get a whole species going. It only takes one person blabbing to blow it all up.
Blow your whole stuff out the water.
So Left Parnas, our Diego. Anybody that doesn't catch that reference, go watch the end of last week's live stream. For those who haven't seen Artie for a while, he is out in the house. I had to lock him up with one of my other cats when Mia was going downhill because he's too strong for her. He would like try to rub on her and he'd knock her over. So he's been upstairs in a bedroom since before Thanksgiving, and now he's out. So I expect he'll be up here beside me at some point because he's going wild. You'll hear lots of mewing tonight because he's quite talkative since he got out. So where do we start, Johnny? We look at Lev first. What does Lev's interviews mean for Trump, who denies knowing him still, even though there's a zillion pictures and videos? And what does Lev's interviews mean for Trump?
I think I saw it on who did I see that on? It was either Lena or the Young Turks. They both have a wicked sense of humor. That one day he'll say, Oh, Don Jr., I barely know him. I mean, he was my son for just a short time. He'll barely know him.
I felt bad for Don Jr. and Eric at a rally where he was talking about children, and how horrible they are. And they're standing right there in front of him. They're going, like, Dad, it was like, yeah, I bet you heard that your whole life.
What a father. What do these interviews mean for Trump? I think I need an oracle card on here too.
Yeah. Well, I got Trump's challenge now is America, so that's going to be interesting. Wow. Let's just pull out all the major arcana and surround Trump. Because that's what I'm getting.
Let's see. What does it mean? It means run and cling. Like I get the Four of Pentacles, which is clinging to something. Nine of Pentacles, which is clinging to security, clinging to the past and the innocence with the Six of Cups. There's the Hermit, isolation. King of Pentacles, man of money. High Priestess, the secrets. This person, I also got acceptance with the ageless one. Not just ageless, the light and the darkness. So there seems to be a, and then Estibus. This is interconnected information. This is the mediumship, the Angel of Divination. So there is a lot of revelation coming out that he hoped this amount would never, ever see the light of day. This is that high priestess that has been nagging him on since he got in office. It means a lot.
Yeah, I've got its tangible things. It's something tangible that challenges America now. And I have at the root of this the secrets and treachery, and crowning it the network around it. And justice and again treason, betrayal of our government. It's a new inspiration even for the Republicans, and the wheels are changing. It does bring it's like surprise.
I just got the tower.
Surprise for the White House. It's going to mean prison for somebody too. Or being stuck. Trump's stuck in the middle of it. So your question, Johnny, on Lev, why is he lying? Or is he lying? Is he
lying? Because I don't think so, because at this point in time, what he needs is a lighter sentence or some leeway from the courts, a little maybe slap on the wrist, even though he was a really horrible person. So is he lying?
I felt like, and for anybody that hasn't watched Ona's read on Lev and his lawyer, the energy and body language reading, it was awesome. I felt kind of the same thing like when he was talking about Robert Hyde, that he was kind of lying about that. Like there's more to Robert Hyde going after Maria Ivanovich than we know. But everything else, he's backing it up with texts and tweets and whatever, documents and phone calls. And
I don't get he's lying. I get, like you're saying, he's afraid. The Five of Cups, there is that sorrow, sadness. There's the King of Wands. I don't know what, chat, can you see what Lev Parnas' sign is if anybody knows? There is the King of Wands here. So he may fear a man in charge or a man with leadership, or that could be a bar, but anyway. Then there's the Five of Coins or Five of Pentacles. So this is that, again, the hardship and the sorrow. That's what he's afraid of. I get wisdom and then forbidden knowledge. So he knows a lot. He knows what they would call too much.
He's February 6th, so he's Aquarius, Johnny.
Okay, so that's not it. So he fears some King of Wands energy. Some man of war or man of action.
Yeah, I get, this was a little bit sneaky on his part, but that's not lying. Sneaky is not lying. And his challenge was feeling out in the cold, the devil behind him. Get behind me, Satan. And this was something surprising he decided to do to show strength because he felt threatened. That's what I'm getting. He felt threatened. So King of Swords here in America, trying to make authorities and America aware of the treachery that was going on. I feel like it, partially maybe for the courts, but not so much for the courts as just those in authority, to get the message out there so that the Republicans can't diss it. And he wanted to show the whole network. And
Barr is an air sign. He is that King of Swords.
Wow. So let's ask, does Barr have a hit on Lev and Igor? Because he said in the interview with Rachel that he was afraid of Barr. He's afraid they'll pull a Mr. Epps on him. Right now he's out with an ankle bracelet, but once he goes into prison, he's dealing with a whole mob of deranged people.
Mm-hmm.
Does Barr have a hit out on Lev and Igor?
Okay.
Ooh, I think he does.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he does. Oh, my, how it's coming out.
That's sad.
Ooh. Wow. You go first.
I got Ace of Wands. This is my card for weapons. It's my card for force. Both got it. I got the Three of Pentacles. This is dark money, so something done in the shadows, some sort of transaction done in the shadow. Then I got the Five of Wands. This is conflict and fighting. So there is an attempt, or will be an attempt on his life.
So let me just state right now, for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I've got he's very anxious because there's like a smoke screen around it. And I've got, at the base of this, wanting to put an end to him, but not until he's in prison, just like Mr. Epps, by somebody on the inside. Take him out. Dirty tricks, something manipulated with the Ace of Wands, a big billy club, right? And then mask it, make it look pretty, make it look like a accident, or there's mafia money or big family. There's big family behind this.
I think he has to make it absolute clear, I am not suicidal.
Yes.
I am not.
I would agree. Anybody that knows Lev Parnas, tell him to say, I am not suicidal before he goes into jail. Wow. So is Marie Ivanovich in danger?
Who is also not suicidal.
She was obviously in danger in Ukraine, right? But is she still in danger? And granted, Lev is about to be a convicted felon, for campaign fraud and all that, and has messed around with some very dark people like Furtash, and he's not a saint, but we don't need another death.
Is she here in the U.S.?
Yeah, she's back in the U.S. now. I think in the Washington area or somewhere nearby Washington.
I get, because I pulled 3 cards, I get that she was, for whatever reason, safer over there.
there is a plan with her.
That's what I just got.
That's on the bottom. There's a plan. She's the center of attention. The challenge is America's watching now. Like they can't do anything to her because we'll all suspect immediately, right? If something happens to her now because of the illumination at the root, we already know they tried to target her once and they're having to juggle. So they're having to wait. But I do get that they may try to pay someone off, some new inspiration, someone in the family to try to change things for her. And then mask it, make it look pretty, make it look like something else. Big payoff to somebody. And that family connection again. So yeah, I would say she's still having to protect herself. She's still in defense mode.
I get confusion, 7 of Cups, followed by the Hermit. So there is someone still following or still searching. This is, and then there's the Page of Pentacles. So there's also some money change at hand too, or at the very least a contract. So yeah, I think like I don't see immediate like somebody's right behind her type thing, but she is still being watched.
So she's still being watched. Does she know something else they're afraid of her coming out with?
Because what's said is said. So if you were going to get her, you should have got her before she said everything.
Yeah. So is there something else that Marie knows that hasn't come out yet that they're worried about?
Let's see.
Ooh, there's that big old family again.
There is proof of something. I get the Angel of Divination. So there is messages that she knows that she could possibly transmit to someone else. I get Netzal, that's about endurance. So there is there's a craftiness to this too. This is not just write it down, slip it to this person, boom. It's a system that she is in the middle of. I get Hosmet. This is about annihilation and destruction. So couple that with Matriel, this is proof. She has proof of something that could be very, very, very devastating.
She's got something tangible.
In the 8 of Swords. She could lead to someone's arrest.
So here's what I'm getting. I've got a foreign leader, Trump, oligarchs, probably Firtash and the likes, people in the Republican Party, Nunes, Barr, all those guys, and things they've been doing for a long time. She's got something tangible. She knows about who's in bed with who and agreements that were made and travel. She knows about travel. Yeah, and she's holding it very close to her chest because this could blow everything up. Knows more.
Because mind you, she asked or she answered the questions they asked. So there's definitely still more that she knows.
So what was your question from Tallulah about Trump and security info? And is Tallulah in here tonight? Hey, Yon, I see you.
She is, I believe. I just seen it. Has the Trump administration shared security information ahead of the 2020 election with Russia?
Cards are falling out. There's a lot of anxiety around this because they know Trump can't keep a secret.
That's what happens when you make allies with a megaphone. I get 5 of Swords. So there is a defeat in a bully. 6 of Cups. So bully over the weak. And what is 15? Is 15 the devil? It sure is. Bully over the weak with devilish tactics. So there is, and then the 6 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. There is indeed some information that was shared, but I think this was done a while ago.
Yeah, they're having to wait before they can act on it, is what I'm getting. That it's done a while back, and they're like having to wait before they can do something with what he's given them.
Mm-hmm. That's what I get.
Yeah, circle of support around that. It's all in the family. Trying to cover it up is the challenge, but sharing with other people in the world. They're stuck right now, but it feels like there's information about monetary things. So whether it's like, and even votes, like I see this also as like votes. So voting machines, votes, it could even be stock info or anything like that. Secrets, and then trying to camouflage it like it's nothing. It's betrayal, though. He's already given it to him. He's already given it victory. He's already done his job. Oh, let's go back to Lev. Your other question about why did he talk and why CNN and
like he went to Rachel Maddow because Rachel Maddow says she's been working on this for a long time, and he went to Rachel Maddow and Anderson Cooper. He didn't go to like Jake Tapper. He didn't go to Bill Maher. He didn't even go to Oprah Winfrey. He didn't go to Barbara Walters. He didn't go to anybody on Fox News. So why go to Rachel and Anderson in that order? Like, why did he go to them? Because I see his lawyer is kind of trolling Trump a little bit. Because Trump said he never met Lev, and then the lawyer put out a video of and Lev. So I said, so why those two?
Trump tried to get him to use his former lawyer Dowd, and Sekulow arranged it for him with Trump's approval and stuff. He wanted him under his own lawyer so he could keep an eye on what was going on. And then he fired him and got his own lawyer. I forget what his lawyer's name is.
He's creepy. I think there's a level of trust there, first off. I get the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Like this is a major place, major conglomerate with the 10 of Pentacles. So this is like a big deal. This is somewhere you know your message will go out to millions of people. There's also a trust with the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. There's a cooperation here because he's sitting right next, his lawyer's sitting right there. So this is what he's just supposed to do. But he trusts that Rachel is not going to give him the gotcha question, and he trusts that Anderson and Rachel would do it justice and
thorough. Yeah.
Yes, and these are left-leaning people. These are sort of a dig at Donald Trump. I do get completion, but this is also media with the world. So he's trying to reach a lot of people at one time. And then I get the Knight of Cups is what ends it So he trusts these two to do his message service.
Yeah, I get, this was a new inspiration, but also his emotions overflowing. His challenge was to come off as innocent. His challenge was to be seen as not innocent, like he admits he did what he did, but innocent as far as truthful, to come across as truthful, because he had the government down here below, but he felt like Rachel and Anderson Cooper would cooperate with him. He's in defense mode against the White House. He's trying to protect himself from the White House and the foreign leader, and also Trump, who are sharing information. So he's having to protect himself. So he did it. He did it as a way of hanging on, but he did it with someone he thought would cooperate with him. Mm-hmm. The way he did it. So while he was on Rachel and CNN, Junior was over there on Fox News ranting and raving, looking like a complete Junior. It was quite funny. So now we have Hannity and Rand Paul, right, threatening.
Rand Paul, Hannity started out and said, if you allow witnesses, I'm going to release your phone numbers. And now Rand Paul is saying it too. So I guess they're basically trying to do the scare tactic of, if you allow all of this if you allow basically enough evidence for us to remove our guy from office, we're going to let your constituents know where to call you. That way, sort of scare you with the base type of thing.
So here's the challenge, everybody. I would like to have Rand Paul's and Sean Hannity's phone number to put out on YouTube. Right. Somebody get their phone numbers for me.
Rand Paul.
Come on up, Artie. Everybody hears you. You might as well join the party.
Why are you scared? Witnesses.
Well, witness tampering right there. Jury tampering.
Because
they're jurists now, the senators. That's jury tampering.
It's not like you're implicated in anything, so who cares? You still got Pence. It's not like you get rid of Trump and now you got Pelosi. You still got Pence. So why are you so afraid? You get a witness, you get to question them too.
Incoming.
That's because the messages are burdens. The messages with the 8 of Wands and then the 10 of Wands crosses it. So the messages are burdens. The 5 of Pentacles pushing out their world leader with the World card here. The 2 of Pentacles trying to maintain balance and victory. He is literally protecting Donald Trump. I think everybody else is protecting their interest. He is protecting the person at the center of attention. Why? I don't know. But he is protecting Donald Trump. He has been corrupted. That's what I'm going to say that. I'll go over and say it.
This is part of the family. The challenge is to do something quick, some quick action. It's dirty tricks. We all know that. And manipulating. It's jury tampering. Is it money at the root of this, or because they're afraid of all the tangible stuff? I think a little of both, like maybe afraid of donors, losing donor money. But it's also, Lev Parnas is indicted for, fraud in elections, taking money from foreign people and putting it into those super PACs that all the Republicans ended up with. So, yeah, they're scared more will come out about the money. So they're trying to cover it up. Screams cover up. It's a trying to strong arm them. He's going to have to retreat on that because there's some sneaky stuff going on. He's gonna be put in defense mode himself, so he's got the devil on him. Shot.
I think he's trying to keep his job.
Yeah.
Like he thinks maybe where's he from? He's not from Kentucky.
Yeah, he's Kentucky too.
He's Kentucky. Yeah, he thinks his base is what wants Trump. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I get the 8 of Pentacles and then the 9 of Wands. So yeah, he's trying to keep his job. What a horrible person.
He always looks to me like he's curled his little ringlets too tight. Or affected his brain or something. Like,
it's like dry your hair. What's wrong with you?
screwed those curls a little too tight and put a crimp on his brain.
Oh, Lord.
Mike Flynn.
Michael Flynn is pled guilty twice or 3 times, I forget. Now he wants to change his guilty plea to innocent. He wants to retract his guilty plea. So I just want to know, will he be able to?
Because this is the judge that already told him that flag right there that you're dishonoring, you're basically doing treason. Is the judge going to let him change his plea after all this time?
I think the judge, was very upset, but I think he would have been okay still, maybe a 3 to 5 year sentence. But with this whole circus show with the Fox lawyer, and now I want to retract my guilty plea, like, I think it's a kind of a slap in the judge's face, and he may not like that.
Yeah. If he was going for a pardon, somebody was talking about a pardon in the comments. If he's going for a pardon, he should have gone ahead, let him convict him, and then go for a pardon if he thought he could get one, because Trump's going to be gone later and he won't be able to get one, right? So get the pardon while you can, right? But he knows Trump's not going to give him a pardon. Trump doesn't care about him.
He's dragging on.
He's going to fight it. Ooh, there's a fight. There's a fight coming. I want to hear those words when that judge releases something.
I get 10 of Wands. He too is burdened with this. There is an action around the 7 of Swords with the Ace of Wands, so there is something sneaky going on. He's trying to stall for the 10 of Cups. Someone is supposed to come save the day, but if Donald Trump goes next week, or whatever it is, who's going to help him? Like, Pence is okay, fine, but do you know that? Because he's trying to stall, but I don't see it happening though.
I'm kind of getting he might be successful at getting it changed and have to go through the trial process again.
At the star, so he just might.
I'm getting, he's got secrets still that he hadn't given up, and emotional. He knew he was losing. He's in defense mode now and anxious. But I'm getting he's going to be satisfied and content and victorious. And then, justice coming in, a period of waiting, and then a new beginning. Period, waiting, and new trial, like new beginning, new trial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's going to be found guilty anyway eventually, so it doesn't matter if he changes it. He's going to jail. He can go all through it again. He's still going to jail.
Yeah, I still get defeat, but he's good. I think he'll be able to retract his guilty plea. Yeah. What a fool.
This whole regime, it just never ceases to amaze.
And he's a Democrat.
Yeah, sitting next to Putin and working for Turkey. I don't think
working for Turkey. You're really going to be working for Turkey now when you get in that jail. Turkey and bologna.
So Andrew Peak, is it? Peak?
Yes. So Tallulah did a reading earlier about Andrew Peak. Andrew Peak used to be in the State Department and he dealt with the Middle Eastern affairs, Iran and Iraq. So after, who was it? Anita Hill, was it? Did I say? After she was gone from
Fiona Hill.
Fiona Hill. After she was gone from the whole Russia department, European and Russia affairs, he got, I guess you can promote it or moved over to the Russia European affairs from his Middle Eastern post. So now today, he was been escorted out of the White House abruptly. Nobody knows why. And he says nothing personal was talked about. That was the only statement he released or something like that. But he got escorted out of the Russia European post that he had. So why? Why does he just suddenly lose his... He didn't lose his job because he didn't get fired. He's on leave.
He's on leave.
Yes. Administrative leave. I mean, you get... Everybody, no one does any work in that White House. They all still get paid. Stephanie Grisham has not given a press conference since she's been there. She's the new Sarah Sanders.
But she's getting all the taxpayer money paying for her position.
She has not given one press conference. So Andrew Peak, why were you escorted? He was escorted out. He wasn't just asked to leave or told to go home for the day. They escorted him out of the White House.
He got an offer he didn't like. Mafioso.
Andrew Peak. Oh, Tower. Eight of Swords. 10 of Swords. Wow. Did all the negative cards come to the top or what?
He found something.
All right.
He's got some knowledge. Mm-mm-mm. Who does he work under? Do you know? Secretary of State or something?
It used to be the State Department. But yes, because he is the something to the Secretary of State. Yes. He works under the Secretary of State. Because it's European, Russia, something state.
So he works under Pompeo.
I get there's an abrupt end, right, with the Tower. 8 of Swords. There is something within his job that is to remain confidential. Like it cannot get out. However, I think that this was maybe accidental. And there was messages that he got that he may not... The messages he got added the burden or something that came to, because mind you, if it was just something to benefit the administration, because they're all dirty, he wouldn't have got fired for that. He just would have been in on it. This is something different. This added a burden to him that he could not necessarily carry, but there is strength, and I think this may have leaked out. There is a 2 of Cups at the end of this and a 2 of Wands. There is somebody on the outside because right underneath his accidental information might have been an accidental, he may not have covered his tracks. I think he shared information he was not supposed to. And I think that is what happened to him.
I think you're right too, because I got he spilled the the spilt milk card. He had the wisdom and he spilled the milk. I feel like there was something new, something tangible that he got, and it was pretty substantial. So it might have involved money. That's why they forced him out. But I also feel like it's probably about Marie Ivanovich, like why she was forced out. That's the energy I'm getting off of it. So whoever Trump's support is that worked to help get Marie out, he found something tangible on that, and he spilt the beans on it to somebody. So now he's like having to defend himself. He found out something about communication and money around Marie's having to go. And he said something to the wrong person.
Was he an attempted whistleblower? But no, because he's on leave.
He's on leave, so
it wasn't successful. Maybe he's. I don't know. I think somebody else got it though.
Let's ask. Was he trying to spill the beans
or steal information? What was he doing? What was he doing when he got caught? What was he doing?
Yeah, it's something he was working together with other people on. So like a small group of people, something big and tangible. It was a betrayal, though, to Trump's administration. It was sneaky what he was doing. He did a quick action. And then the White House, the family, like gathered their troops and got him to go.
I get the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. So there was a sort of sleight of hand to turn the fortune. So there was something tricky there. The Page of Wands and the Seven of Swords. There was a lie and proof to the contrary was found, which gave them the Two of Swords that I got next with the Five of Pentacles, which is when they pushed him out. Then the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, the GOP or some sort of family conglomerate have a new action that they're about to take on. So, yeah.
I get he was talking to one of the king's emissaries. So it's somebody he thought that he could tell, like somebody, in the State Department or something, that he thought, oh, I can just be honest, tell you what I got. And this little emissary went running back to the king and to Pompeo and said, oh, no, he's trying to rat us out.
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
Because he got caught.
He got caught.
That Two of Swords was when they decided, okay, let's push him out with the Five Pentacles. Yeah, they caught him.
They don't want to fire him, maybe, because then he'll go talk to the House for Democrats.
Yeah. Because while he's on leave, maybe now he's getting his talking to.
Now he's getting his threats.
Mm-hmm.
So Schiff and the NSA and CIA withholding info on.
Well, I got an email today saying that Adam Schiff said that the NSA and the CIA were withholding information on Ukraine at the White House's request.
as they've been doing all through the hearings too. So they're still not releasing it.
So I'm not even sure what they wanted to know. I guess to see if others, because they said if it's true, then it's a huge blow to the democracy. So I guess we see if it's true.
Seeking answers, the Hermit on the bottom. This Three Muses, the Three of Cups is going to come up over and over and over for me again.
I don't get clear yes or no on this.
You know what I get? That they're going to start a thing on cover up. They're going to start a chant, they're going to start a protest on cover up. They're going to accuse Trump and all the Republicans of cover up. What are you getting in the middle?
Well, I did 2 rows. And like I got the Page of Swords and the 6 of Cups. So there's something about past information or memories or something. There's a recollection that's trying to be recalled and it's coming up short. So there is a need for information that they're not getting, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get the 2 of Pentacles, which is the imbalance, and the Queen of Cups. So there's a support there. So someone is doing this on purpose. 10 of Swords, there's a loss. Then the Empress, there's something new. Chariot, there's a gain. And then the 9 of Cups, there is some desires there. Wishful thinking. So what I get is there might be some information that is withheld, but it's not necessary to even have it. Like, it's not make or break. However, it is still technically a cover-up. So that means that it's against the law, and it's something that, this is why Nancy threw that word out there.
Yeah.
She called it a cover-up. And if they can amplify that, which is now what Schiff and Nadler need to do, maybe that's where that 3 of Cups comes in now. So they go and they echo it. And then eventually this will turn into this, which is the Empress. And so then we'll have something new, then they'll have something tangible, and then they'll have something to prove that Donald Trump, and not just Donald Trump, because they need to get, because if you get rid of Donald Trump, you still got Pence and Barr.
Yeah.
So if you can get rid of Trump and Barr and Giuliani and all these people all at the same time saying that all these people are covering things up, then you can just work down the line and get McConnell and get Jim Jordan and get all these people.
It's all conspiracy now. They're at a loss because, they have the legal right to request the stuff. The challenge is Trump. He circled the wagons, so they took this new action, bringing it out. But it's a rough transition. I'm getting that they would have to go to court to get the documents. It would take working with a team, to get them. But then I get this plan to launch a campaign on cover-up in America, like get protesters going, screaming, chanting in the halls of Congress. They're trying to move forward an agenda of cover-up because it's happening over and over every time they request documents. They have the right to request them. Wow.
Madness. Phone dead.
So why does Trump insist on lying that he knows Lev Parnas, even though he videos, we've got pictures, we've got bukus and bukus of stuff.
Lev who?
Melania who? Eric who? Vanka who?
Adderall who?
Rudy who?
What
Stormy who?
Why? Oh, why? Do you pretend not to know? Depend diapers who? No. I ain't fooling with y'all. Why, oh why? You know what? I created a spread. I'm going to use it.
On the bottom, I've got, because what you put out's what you get back, So I admit I know him is going to come back and bite me in the butt.
Let me do this.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Pathetic. Oh, hey, Becca.
So I get there's a desperate need to clean with the Four of Pentacles. He is
getting more and more desperate by the moment.
Now, in this spread that I made, it's called Key Player. So there's a key influencer, and whatever card I get, it's always a person, no matter if it's a person or not in the deck. This is the person. This is the Tower. So the reason he doesn't know him is because he brings way too much down. He has too much information. He has too much history, which is why you're trying to clean so that you can hold on to what you have. Because the person in this card is afraid of losing everything. That's why they're holding so tightly. And the lesson for the Pentacles is when you have the Four of Pentacles, yes, you keep the bad out, but you keep the good out too. And then the 4 goes into the 5, which is loss. And so this lets you know that the thing that you're trying to prevent can happen anyway by the actions that you have now taken. And so all of that, and the outcome, I get the 7 of Cups. So he's basically just trying to create confusion. I don't know him. Left who? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting, I've got him here as the King of Pentacles throw up in the middle. It's an illusion. He's just trying to put it on for face, trying to save face because he knows secretly he's a part of the family business. He's been in the family. So it's a defense posturing. It's the only way he can defend himself from Lev is to say, Lev who? He doesn't have anything else. It's for his own security. He's got nothing else.
So silly.
He's such a shallow man. He's such a small man. So does Lev have enough proof then to take Trump down? Yep. Becca, I'm going to send you an invite. Get you in here to join us on this.
Come on, Becca.
We need some help with some of these.
I got my Lenormand card, so you can read mine too. I started though. I got some notes. I'm starting to learn Lenormand.
Did you get the book? You need the book.
See that big giant. I don't know about all that now.
That book is awesome.
I got this.
Check your email, Becca.
This tells me enough. I'll be a basic reader.
So does Lev have enough proof? Because he's been producing a lot of documents, and I think there's probably still more to come. He's been producing a lot of documents and photos and videos and everything else. Does he have enough proof to take Trump down?
Everybody does, but nobody's succeeded. Cookie Monster got enough to take him down, but we just can't get him. I am going to do a reading. I did What Was He Supposed to Learn? But I want to know why now. So, Lev, do you have proof?
He's got enough proof to make him anxious. The anxiety card just fell out.
Well, that's what the Adderall's for.
Yeah.
It's a psychotic. Yeah. Tower in the end. Queen of Wands and the Empress. So Nancy Pelosi and another woman. I don't know who she is, though. But there's another woman here. She may not be even a household name right now. Because I know we sort of get pigeonholed when we get these court cards and say it's the same person every time, but I don't know who she is. And I'll stick with that. The King of Pentacles. This could be him. Even though he's an air sign. This is him because I get the Four of Pentacles. He didn't give away everything.
He's still got some more info.
He's got a whole lot more here. The Four of Swords, he's laying on it. And it releases when the time is right. There is a tower. Now, mind you, somebody else knows it. So if he has an accident, then it's still out there. So we don't have to worry about it all disappearing with him.
Yeah. His lawyer needs bodyguards too.
Because certain things disappeared with Epsom salt. So
yeah, because here's Lev. He was the support for Trump. His challenge is to show the strength of the evidence, to have enough strength in the evidence, because he's got the evidence. He's got the tangible stuff. He's got the support behind him too. He's communicating. Here in the near future, he gets to calmer waters. And I feel like he's going to be offering up more. He knows more about the trips. He's going to be putting out more secrets and putting more people in defense mode. I just keep getting people in defense mode and stuff happening fast. It's not just Trump he's going to take down. He's going to take down anybody that affected our national security. He's going after the king and his family. Yeah, and the family is not just blood family. The family is like everybody's been in cahoots. Rick Perry, Barr, all of them, Pompeo. That's the family. Oh, I forgot to add Becca in. Hey, Becca.
Hello, I'm in my kitchen. How's everybody doing? I saw you, Johnny. You got your notes. You got your notes, my man.
Yes, I'm on card 5, but I got them.
Right. I'm going to send you a copy of that book.
Oh, Lord. Send me a copy of a person to read it for me, then.
That's on audio.
Johnny, do our little announcement.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So y'all know how we go Jen's channel, my channel, Jen's channel, my channel, right? So now we're going to go Jen's channel, Becca's channel, my channel. So next week, we're going to be on the House of Lenormand with Jen and Johnny and Becca. So next week, be at the House of Lenormand. If you are not subscribed, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, subscribe right now. You can do it right now. You can just find her name in the chat. Go to channel. It won't click off the feed. It'll go to her. You click subscribe. You click notification. That way you get notified when we go live. So do that.
It means Becca has agreed to give up 2 hours of her life every Sunday night.
for y'all. So
Yeah.
y'all make sure you push likes and subscribes and all that stuff.
We're getting closer to February. She does have some vacation time in February, so while she's away, we'll do Jenn Johnny till she gets back.
Cool beans.
But we'll keep everybody posted in our videos of what channel, and we usually type it on our community comment section. You can see it on our pages.
Yeah.
To keep
Party
up
at
with what channel we're on. So
Party. What are you guys reading on? I just tuned in not too long ago, and I missed like the first hour. We've
been reading a lot on Lev, of course, and Trump and everybody involved. But I was getting ready to ask the question: the GAO, the Government Accountability Office, which is nonpartisan, just released a verdict, so to speak, that Trump did commit a crime, and it's a big deal. Now, this is the third time they have said Trump has committed a crime. He's done it with some other things I was reading about, but this time it's a big deal because we're now in the impeachment hearings, and they said his action in Ukraine was a crime. Withholding the money was a crime. So
Okay.
I want to know, how does that affect his trial?
Okay, so do you want me to hold on a second?
Maybe do 5 cards on what the GAO's verdict, the GAO saying Trump committed a crime with this Ukraine thing, which is what the whole impeachment was for, was Ukraine. What does their verdict mean for Trump's impeachment trial?
What does the GAO's verdict mean for the Trump impeachment trial? Got it.
They are nonpartisan.
Because the ethics committees are the first thing that the Republicans wanted to get rid of. Not even Obamacare, the ethics committee.
Nothing to see here. Nothing wrong with our ethics and morals.
And then everybody gave them pushback. It was like, wait, that's the first thing you want to do once you're in office? President Trump was not even president yet, and that's what they were trying to do. Nothing to hide.
Ooh, I got the burden card on the bottom. It burdens the trial in a good way. Ooh, the best disinfectant, the sun.
Horrible people. Oh, Lord. I get 6 of Pentacles, so there is sharing of time, money, or information, or a release of something. The Magician, there is stories here about, in the Ace of Cups, this comes new. So it's not just
Same card.
I guess new info or
New inspiration.
it's a whole new aspect to the case. Like it's something else added onto it. It's not just a continuation of something you already have.
Mm-hmm.
The 9 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. There is also something about money and money changing hands. And then my my whatever you call this oracle card is Abaddon. Or Abdadon, however you say that. Overlord of the Abyss, pestilence, malice, and corruption. So there is a new something that this is going to add to the case. There might be something that they either uncover or they have that they saw that they came to this decision about that may be released.
So what have you got, Miss Becca?
Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys down. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the letter, the crossroads, the fox, the woman, and the sun on the top row. This is talking about the actual literal report, but there's multiples of them that raise suspicion and a woman exposes something here. This report brings to light fraud, something that was done in fraud and sneakily. And there's a couple of women here that may take notice. Down on the bottom row, we have the bear, the child, the mountain, the dog, and the moon. This is in reference to a person in a position of authority that put up obstacles and delays and blockages. And then there's this advisor here that's being recognized. There appears to be a couple of reports that get sent out, maybe a bit more, but there's some that are being delayed or blocked. So I don't know if part of the investigation revealed that he has been blocking paperwork, even though the GAO is pretty independent here with the Fox. But there's blockages here, and then it leads back to this person here, who I am assuming these several advisors here are quite possibly the little goblin and his two little sidekicks. That
what's interesting. Before I pulled you in, Johnie and I were reading on Adam Schiff trying to get a hold of reports from the State Department that the NSA and CIA that they have been withholding.
Yeah.
And
there's something here too with the bear. There might be some sort of report with Pompeo on it, or Pompeo's doing
reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting like major illumination, and it's a new inspiration. There's a lot of possibilities legally, I feel like, that this can go. So it is more than just his withholding the funds was wrong. They're watching something else. There's going to be a new action that comes out of this. As far as the trial, the impact, it's going to cause a lot of fighting, losses and victory both. It's like fighting on both sides. It's going to cause
oh man,
they're going to be showing more. If there's more reports coming, they're going to be showing more of what Trump manipulated, things he manipulated. That's interesting.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, so that's one page down. We've got major questions. So, it was leaked, or it was reported in the New York Times first, before Congress was briefed, that Russia, through the GRU and the Fancy Bear, hacked Burisma. And Fancy Bear and GRU are who hacked Hillary, and they also hacked the Democrats, the DNC, as well as the Republicans. They just never released anything on the Republicans. But they hacked Burisma, and they also found information, or the intel, like they released to the New York Times, the fact that they had hacked Burisma and that they were election meddling. Congress had to read about it in the New York Times first. So why didn't the intel agencies not brief Congress before releasing it to the New York Times? Why did they release it to the New York Times first? Because they should automatically be taking it to Congress. Burisma, for those that forgot, is the company that Joe Biden's son had worked for, that Trump's been raising a whole bunch of crap about. So Russia hacks the company that they're trying to get all this garbage on with Hunter Biden. Why was Congress informed prior to the New York Times article?
Who released it?
The New York Times released it. The intel agencies. I can't remember if it was CIA or FBI or NSA, but it was an intel agency.
Ooh. Is that Artie back there chit-chatting?
It is. He's about to come up here again. He's been making his round.
Love him.
I was telling Johnie, he's celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. He's free at last, free at last. after being locked up in a bedroom for 2 months. So why did they release it to the New York Times before briefing Congress?
Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you all down. I got the tower, which is the government, the house. It came from the White House. And they blocked it here because of an argument, some sort of a legal argument, and a block here. There's been ongoing negotiations and conversations and meetings with these departments here. And this may also be in regards to the security at homeland here. Something secure for the country, something secure for a large group of people, a party, and then there's illumination and exposure. There's going to be hearings or people speak in a committee here this way in regards to the obstruction and arguing and who gave the orders to not release this thing. And it's coming from something that's been done overseas, but it's deeply rooted. This thing is deeply rooted. And there's tentacles in this thing that we don't even see yet here with this, with the anchor and the tree. What are you getting?
What are you getting, Johnny?
Well, I get the devil and the ace of swords to start with. So there seems to be corruption here, but it's someone's effort. All of this is someone's effort to, I guess, blow the whistle without it going through Congress, who could possibly taint it and change it. And so I got Ace of Swords. So there's like something trying to be directly truth and clear. And then the American people and the Eight of Wands. So it's kind of like, I want you to hear this directly. The Ten of Cups, Temperance, and the World. So here is the media coming in, working together with the media and the Ten of Cups. So there's a harmonious relationship with people, not just one person or in the CIA or something like that. There's a few of them that are on speed dial with these reporters. And there is a new action here. This is going to happen again. And because that's my outcome card. So this was an effort to bypass, what's the word? Not legislation, but bypass the bureaucracy. They want to go straight to the media with this.
Yeah, I'm getting they were anxious because they have their normal circle, their routine that they follow, their normal protocol, but they were anxious because of Trump and his administration. So they came up with this new inspiration to get the truth out there before Trump could spin it. I agree with you, Johnny. There's going to be more because I got Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands both. They're going to bring forward more information that way, releasing it to the media before anyone can stop them.
This is with the anchor and the birds. This is ongoing whistleblowers, people that use their voice to speak. It's just going to keep, and then we have the whip here. It's going to continue. And it's like in a way to avoid the obstacles, the blockages, the obstructions from the administration itself. But it's coming, I'm getting that it's coming directly from the White House because it's the tower and the house. So,
wow. So the Department of Energy is supposed to send documents on Rick Perry's trip to the Ukraine for the inauguration of Zelensky. They're due to the House by January 28th of 2020. Is the House going to get the documents from the Department of Energy on Rick Perry's trip?
Rick Perry who?
Yeah, that guy Lev Parnas kept talking about over and over.
Rick Perry, the Secretary of Energy? The person who wanted to do away with the energy department.
Yeah, he's now no longer working there. But yeah, so Perry's not even there anymore. They still want the documents. He left in November. They want the documents, and they're still not getting them. Will they get them?
That details his trip.
I mean, everything they asked for is blocked. Everything.
For people with nothing to hide, they sure hide a lot.
There's Artie. Hello, Artie.
You've been signing all over me while y'all were going through your cards.
Empress, Four of Swords, High Priestess. So something stays secret, something stays hidden. With the Four of Swords, it's still at rest. There is the Empress there too. So whatever this new action is, the Knight of Cups there in the Six of Swords, there will be a release of something, but it will not be what they thought it was for whatever reason. The Six of Pentacles is what I end with. This is a sharing time, money, information, or a release of something. Mm-hmm. But the Knight of Cups here tells me that it's not going to be what you thought it was, or it will be a fabricated report. It does tell about a voyage with the Six of Swords, but it does not tell about everything you wanted to know. So it's like, if you don't give me an absolute specific question, I'm not going to give you a specific answer. So it will be vague and full of mystery.
Yeah, what are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting the whip, which is negative, the book, which is neutral, it's ending in the mountain, which is negative. This is saying that it's going to be blocked and delayed. It's going to be repeated obstacles to get the secret, what's not known. They're going to just keep, I just asked a simple yes, no, and I'm getting that they're going to keep repeating the obstructions and the obstacles.
Yeah. I keep getting it's a difficult journey. You know, they're going to have to take it to the courts to get it because, you know, you've got Trump and his family, you know, have circled the wagons. It's going to be hard work to get it because they're dealing with the devil. But I think if they keep asking, if they take it to the courts, I think they will eventually be successful. It's just going to take a long time. So here's an interesting thing. Scaramucci tweeted on January 12th, which is the day, you know, the whole planetary thing came in. He tweeted, "The end is coming and it will end abruptly." What does he know about Trump? What does he know? The end is coming and it will end abruptly. Does he know Trump's going to like just take off and fly away?
Never come back.
Never come back again. We can only hope, right? The end is coming and it will come abruptly. What does Scaramucci know?
He'll just abandon his post.
He knows his cholesterol level.
Go for a little vacation in Russia and don't come back. In Airport One back at empty.
Let's see.
We know something about the White House. I got that on the bottom. What you getting, Johnny?
So if Eight of Wands is messaging, Queen of Wands is next to it. So there's opposition. Three of Wands next to that, which is plans coming together by the opposition. There is the Magician. Then the Ace of Cups. This is that new emotion. This new emotion will be felt. It will be sudden. So I think there's a little Nostradamus in Scaramucci. The oracle cards I got were nourishment, protection, and gratitude. So there will be a process that the older and the younger will carry out. So this means probably Congress. And it's going to be, it's impeachment trial. I don't know why that would be, especially with the people there, but there's something else probably about to come out. I didn't pull a whole lot of cards, but there's something else probably about to come out with that Three of Wands there.
Yeah, I get the same thing. Like he knows some secret that's going to put Trump in more defense mode. And I've got the Magician there also. And it's showing who he's in bed with, who he's got agreements with, that causes greater anxiety. Something surprising coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Something getting ready to manifest. We just don't know what it is yet. Maybe Igor's going to talk. We got Lev talking. Let's get Igor talking. What have you got, Becca?
I have the Key, the Rider, the Crossroads, the Child, the Tree, and then on the second row I have the Garden, the Ship, the Heart, the Bouquet, and the Storks. There's new information or new evidence that's being delivered in regards to the election and new growth here. There's a party or something with a large group of people that's very significant, that's foreign, where he has found love and he's looking to uproot and change there. This is an important transition and an important change. This is running away abroad. You're leaving to go abroad, far away. This is separation here. But what's concerning me is this right here, a small person that may have some sort of a gift or happiness. It could be some sort of change or something around to do around a small person. And this right here is something small or something new abroad. It's almost like they've already identified, perhaps he caught wind of something where they've identified where one of the children may have been out and about while they were out visiting abroad, to where they're going to lay down roots for when the time comes to leave and they can just change.
Pick up and go.
Yeah.
So he may know about a secret place they've got as their escape route, kind of like...
Because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 action cards here. And then there's deeply rooted, and then it changes. You uproot, you change, you move away.
Like Trump just has enough and he says, okay, I'm going to this Seychelles Islands or wherever.
More where they can't be extradited, but it's far. It's looking like it's far.
Siberia.
Yeah.
Probably in the wintertime.
Crazy. I'm wondering if one of the kids has one of the advisors on their, trips abroad have been secretly scoping out where to go.
Places to live.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Derek Harvey, he's Devin Nunes's aide. Lev brought him up several times in his interviews. He's been seen at Trump Hotel in meetings with Lev. He's met with Nunes, but he's also met with Derek Harvey many times. So Derek Harvey, is he going to be looking at some legal issues? How's he doing? And then we'll take a look at Nunes and see if he's having a cow yet.
What's the name? Derek Harvey?
Derek Harvey, yeah. He had meetings with Love, with Rudy, with I believe Rick Perry, and I forgot who all he said he's had meetings with. All the players.
All the king's horses.
I got Russia right on the bottom. He might be moving to Siberia too.
Sailing off into retirement.
Well.
Oh, he doesn't have enough money. His challenge is money.
Mm-hmm. I got Knight of Wands. there is an action that's also a travel card too. The Five of Swords, there is a defeat. Magician by a skilled person. Page of Cups and Knight of Cups. There seems to be a penetration of the facade. So there is a story that's being told that there is a clear path through. And it will result in some sort of a trial or something that goes on from day to day. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's like something that happens and over and over and over and over again. So there might be a trial, or it might be a constant line of questioning. Something that's coming at him by an attorney, though.
An investigation. Yeah, I get that attorney too.
That's what I get.
What are you getting, Becca?
I just asked a simple yes, no. I have the snake, which is legal problems for lying about his trips abroad. It's going to take a little bit of time for it to develop here with the lilies, but the lilies can be viewed as a positive card in about 3 months or so. Watch for stuff to like really start getting heated up for him as they start getting more into the weeds with everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, because I get this challenge is money. Like, he doesn't have the money, but he's caught up in all the treachery involving the world players and foreign leaders. I look for him to leave soon. So I think he'll quit working for Nunes, but he is going to be dragged back in with either investigations and questioned because he was an aide, he was an emissary. So he's going to get questioned quite a bit.
Yep.
So let's see how Devin Nunes is doing, because he was brought up a lot by Lev Parnas. He went on Fox News the same night that Lev was talking. So he had a tip-off that Lev was going to talk and be on Rachel Wright. Well, actually, yeah, they were running commercials all day that Lev was talking to Rachel that night. So he must have caught wind of it. He gets his butt over to Fox News fast, and he's like, "Oh, I suddenly remembered I have met Lev before."
Who did he interview with?
I'm trying to remember if it was on Hannity or if it was Tucker Carlson. I think it was on Tucker Carlson that he said, "Oh, I have met him before."
Yeah.
Whoever's on at the same time that Rachel's on.
You know what stood out to me, what Lev said about Nunes was when he saw Nunes on the Intel committee or whatever committee he's on, he said it scared him and shocked him. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, what that meant to me, because I kind of went down a rabbit hole. What it meant to me was that committee was infiltrated by somebody on the other side. When he looked up and he saw the crooked guy sitting up there, he's like, oh, damn, they got them too, you know.
Probably Johnny going, they're doing the same thing here that they're doing back home in the Ukraine. Like, yeah.
It's like, y'all got all the way to go. The presidency, so why not?
When Rachel Maddow was trending on Twitter, over Lev Speaks, like it was hashtag Maddow and all these things related to that interview trending. I think the third highest trending thing was Nunes, hashtag Nunes. Like everybody's like, wow, he got thrown under the bus big time.
My favorite though, Jen, was when they were in the middle of the hearings, and who was it? That one House of Representatives, he was running for office and then he dropped out when he called him out on it in the middle of a hearing.
Yeah. Devin Nunes, how are you feeling? Oh, I think he just lawyered up another lawyer.
He better.
I think he's lawyering up. It's like, okay, I had one. Maybe I need 2 or 3.
Scooby-Doo and the meddling kids are coming to get you.
Meeting with Furtash. All right, y'all, get ready to do a shot.
Oh gosh.
I want to get your spray out. The devil card kind of looks like a cow. Is that Devin Nunes' cow?
So I get situation is messaging. And influence is plans. So there is something going on with, of course, his messaging. Everything that comes out of his mouth has a different connotation. Positive right now is the foreign leader. So there is a coalition that he has with those overseas. What's negative right now is the moon. Now, the reason mystery is a very bad thing is it causes people to want to know. And when they want to know, and you're an official, they investigate. And so when they investigate, they find. And then when they find, they bring against you, and then so forth and so forth. Now, his outlook is either chasing, running, or winning. It depends on however you want to read the chariot. So this is a slow win to the race, or it is someone coming after you. And others aspect to it is the Two of Wands.
I'd say somebody's coming after him.
Because when I get the others aspect, then this is the Two of Wands. So this is the card that means there's someone out there planning. So you have a bullseye on your back. Now, what is he relieved about? There are inside people. So he has people that are helping him with the Page of Swords. Now, his disappointment is going to be the Illumination, the Sun. The most positive card in the deck is in his disappointment. So he is going to have a lot blown up about him or blown out about him into the media. The sun is right underneath the moon, so this mystery will be illuminated, and Devin Nunes is going to find himself in court.
What are you getting, Becca?
Let me try to keep it short. I have the garden, the storks, the anchor, the lilies, and the whip. And then on the second row, I have the ship, the book, the tree, the letter, and the fish. Central to the reading, this thing is deeply rooted. We're only seeing the surface of it. There's been changes and upgrades made here within a party that's full of conservatives. This could be like the RNC and the person at the top that's been there a very long time. It not only implicates Nunes, it implicates others perhaps in this party here, as well as a party that's free. So I don't know if this is the Freedom Caucus or what. They've been working with this man and this man for paper money and money laundering. They have been leaving and returning in secret and stuff abroad that they've been doing in secret, but it's in with these two people to launder money, and there is a record or a report here that is abusive or critical. It's also paper money that's being abused for this organization here, and changing and upgrading the organization, and then deeply rooting this abuse back here. So it's not just him. It's not just him. It looks like it goes to the Republican or a party of conservative people that they're changing and transforming, as well as others within perhaps the Freedom Caucus. He's only the tip of the iceberg, is what I'm getting.
Yeah, I agree. I got a cat fight. Have a cat fight going on. Sorry. Shelly and Artie are not getting along since he's out because he aggravates her. I keep getting all these young, like there's a bunch of gophers, like a lot of young people, a lot of aides, like getting them going around and stuff. And then Nunes is hanging on. Hey, stop that. He's
already on a roll.
He's gonna try to act like he was just on some initial plans and that's kind of thing, but he's got the devil on him. People are going to be asking him a lot of questions. I get his fortunes changing. I think he's going to leave his office. He's got a lot of anxiety. He's got, he's been the emissary. He's been carrying the money back and forth, and he is going to end up in court.
Yep.
So I'm going to give y'all.
Thanks, Rose, Johnny.
Pope Francis appointed the first woman to a senior Vatican job. Will there be more women appointed by him in the future? The first female appointed to a senior Vatican job by the Pope. And I will return.
First one.
You're going nuts, Johnny.
Let me do some oracles in here.
Of course, when mom comes in, they run and split, right? Nothing to see here.
Okay. Yes, basically. So I get deep knowing, this is divine knowledge. Then I get attraction, which is attraction. So this is what draws people in. Changes. People like changes when it comes to this. Some people do. I get Phanuel and Hades. Both of these are talking about inevitability. This is something that was going to happen at some point. It may not happen all at once right now, but it's inevitable. And then the last card I get is Judgment. So this is something that has happened before, not in this in particular context or religion, but it has happened before to where women have been incorporated into positions of authority in different aspects of life. And so this is just another one of those things. So yes, there will be more.
Cool. What'd you get, Becca? I got something very similar, Johnny.
I have the mountain, the scythe, and the coffin, the bouquet, the clouds, and the cross. This is saying that this has been a very long-standing obstacle that is swiftly being cut away and put to an end. Women here with the bouquet have been clouded over and punished. So this is an old way of being. Yes, there will be more women. It's like they're putting an end to that way of handling business.
Yeah, I've got they've been waiting a long time for this. So bringing women in to work with them. I had the Judgment card too, Johnny, and then the Star card, healing. So there's going to be more women appointed by Pope Francis. So going back now to political, why is Igor Fruman not talking to the media? We got.
I would admit judging a book by its cover, and I just knew Igor and Lev did not speak English. I looked at them, I'm like, oh, he speaks English.
Yeah, Lev's actually a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. They just both look like, foreigners. This creepy lawyer.
For anybody worried about the cat fight, Shelly gets extremely loud, like I'm gonna die whenever Artie gets like within 2 feet of her. Usually not really a fight going on. It's just she sees him walking across the floor, and it sounds like everything's
It's gonna be, oh.
she's very loud, like
It's like I didn't even touch you.
it's like mom, he's looking at me.
Oh, mercy. So, Igor Freeman, why are you so quiet? 1,333.
Wow. Kind of the major arcana I'm getting on him. Showing up as the businessman for me on the bottom. King of Pentacles. What are you getting, Becca?
I'm getting the mice, the ship, the dog, the tower, the birds. Underneath I have the book, the woman, the whip, the moon, and the fox. This would be your media. He's worried about something that's going on overseas. He's consulting with his lawyer here, and his lawyer is telling him not to speak to the media. This is the media. Speak to investigators. There's some secret corruption going on, but there's a woman here that's made a threat to him. She's foreign and she works in the government. I don't know who she is, but there's a woman here that has threatened him, and she's government this way. So, but she's foreign too. So I don't know what that's about.
So she's in a foreign government, or she could be
foreign government. She's a foreign government person that has put a threat if he dares talk to investigators and or the media as well.
I got the same thing.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this woman? Who is she?
She didn't show up in mine.
She looks like she could be a lawyer as well, but she's in government somehow.
I do get he's threatened. I've got the devil here.
Mm-hmm.
Over secrets that he could spill. He's feeling a loss. He's delaying. He's got the sort of truth, like he's ready to come out and talk, but it's like they're delaying him right now. I do feel like he's going to move forward here in the near future. He's going to get a lot of attention when he does, and I feel like he is going to talk to the government, like he's going to go to the House and talk. So. He's gonna talk about old friends and new friends and everybody in between, everybody working on all this, all the dirty tricks. But I don't get a woman. What are you getting with the woman, Johnny?
Well, I started with the Judgment in the Tower and the Page of Wands. So there is a need for this not to be over so quickly. I think he feels as though the moment he opens his mouth, then that means he's guilty. That means sentence time. That means this. That means that. So he's trying to play his hand. I get the Moon and the 8 of Wands. So he's trying to give you a little and keep a lot. I get the 9 of Swords, the Empress. There is the woman, the Star, and the 4 of Pentacles. She needs him to hold on to whatever it is he has because it may implicate her as well. Because I get the 9 of Swords. There's the anxiety. And then I get the Empress. I don't know who she is, but she is there. She is a person of influence. So she has some reach. But she is not here. She is elsewhere. But she has also a different kind of role. that may be mistaken for something else, because that's usually what I get when I get the star card, is that it might be something else that you really can't tell what it is. And then the Four of Pentacles, she needs him to hold on to whatever it is, because the outcome cards I get, well, actually the word of warning I get is the Seven of Swords. So this sneaky strategy, and then the Five of Cups is right after it. So the moment he talks, he needs to be prepared to lose, because he's not going to win this fight.
I asked really quick who the woman is that's threatening him. She's hard to get to. She's been removed, and she's a celebrity where she's from. There's a legal document here or a legal notice here from a foreign power represented by the bear.
It's probably what my star is.
Ask if it's
Butina?
ask if it's Melania, because she basically, she's only here on a 9-sign visa, right? Now she got her U.S. citizenship, but she is of foreign descent. She has been kind of removed. She's not living in the White House anymore.
It might be that lawyer, because she's a woman that's in government that's foreign.
Oh yeah. The Russian lawyer.
Veselnitskaya. Is it Veselnitskaya was her name?
Let me get out my pendulum. Is it
Natalia Veselnitskaya?
Let me see. Who is this Empress?
I'm getting a yes on that.
And she had the fox close by too, and she's kind of a spy. Sneaky.
So I just asked if it was Melania and got a no.
I asked yes, no. I got the ring, the moon, the tree. She'll put a contract on him for his life.
Wow.
I got the Sun, Page of Swords, Six of Wands, and Strength. So it's a person who, well, that would be what kind of lawyer was she?
She was a Russian lawyer, but I don't know what exactly she did.
She was in the Trump Tower meetings when they were, talking about Trump Tower, Moscow, and stuff.
Adoptions.
Yeah, adoptions.
This particular person, she gets the Sun, which is illumination, Page of Swords. So she has investigative power, Six of Wands, which means she's a high profile, and Strength, which means she has like
Power.
Court powers and might be subpoena power. And so she has like a reach to her in particular thing. On the second row is Five of Pentacles. So she has maybe she's a prosecutor of some sort, because she can push people out and bring people in. The Four of Cups is where she sort of draws her power. The Two of Swords is this is also defending too, like hung juries. But anyway, and then it ends in the Justice card. So there is someone in the law or in the government at a higher level, and maybe she's both, because she is a spy.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody who's in Vlad's circle is also part KGB anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like Maria Butina. Yeah, she went back and they gave her a job on TV and broadcasting, but she knows all the oligarchs and she's part KGB.
This person's got power, whoever she is.
Mm-hmm. And she's in government, foreign government. She's at the top.
So she could be threatening Igor. Why didn't she threaten Lev?
I think because Lev was smart and got ahead of the curve and put it out there in case he doesn't end up the ways of our dear old friend.
Mr. Ups.
Or maybe she did threaten him, and that's why he's scared of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We got that. We did a reading earlier before you joined us that Barr, that he does feel threatened by Barr, that he'll go the way of Mr. Ups. As Johnie said, the thing that Lev needs to do in the media right now is go out and say, I am not suicidal.
Yes. Yep. That video
He's not just found unresponsive.
Mm-hmm. No. That video footage is going to go missing.
So are Rachel Maddow and Anderson Cooper safe?
Where's this question coming from?
Just me.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
What's the news today?
Like, are they safe? Because I mean, they interviewed Lev Parnas and stirred up this whole can of worms. Are they safe?
They'll get death threats, but I don't think it's
Here's anxiety.
I don't think it's something that'll be carried out. Like there's strength for Rachel, 6 of Wands for Rachel, and Page of Swords for Rachel. So she does have some disappointing news, some sort of immaturity. So I don't see death. I don't get the death or anything like that kind of card. For Anderson, I get the Tower and the 5 of Cups and the Page of Cups. I think he just may internalize it differently, but I don't see them being harmed.
Yeah.
But I see them being threatened.
I get they're hanging on. They may have some legal things that come up over it, and judgment coming with that. But I get that they're fine. 50, doing the dance.
So for Rachel, I have the snake, the moon, and the ring. She's pretty safe, and her reputation safe, and her career safe. She might have a little bit of trouble, but she's good. For Anderson Cooper, though, I'm seeing that somebody's probably going to send scary letters or mail that are threatening to his home.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, he's still safe with the house.
Because I get Tower and Page of Cups, so somebody who has, a tick, tick, boom in the head. So it's a.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He probably internalized. I think he should be used to it, but how do you get used to being threatened? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, our media, I'm sure they get threats all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's ask this. Will a new article of impeachment be produced for criminal conspiracy? Because what Lev laid out is this whole network of criminal conspiracy. Will there be a new impeachment article for criminal conspiracy?
Which is kind of a question I had, seeing as how he's being impeached now. And Nancy Pelosi was on Bill Maher the other night saying that once you're impeached forever. Like now she's rubbing it in, right?
Yeah.
And she even took a bow to the audience. So she was really living it up on that show. And my question was like, I wonder what her involvement is now. Because she's not just going to go, have a lemonade and watch and see. I think she's still doing some things. But I get 8 of Swords, so there is something that's closed. Page of Wands, there is new messages or information or someone who is either reading something out loud or bringing something to someone to read. The Star. I think that because it ends in the Justice card and the Knight of Swords, which is chaos around the law. So I don't think that I don't see a new one coming because I don't think it's going to be necessary. Because I get 10 of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So there's like a loss to the documents.
I'm kind of getting that it won't be necessary because Trump may be gone. The dishonorable one may be gone before they can get it worked up. Because I've got, the foreign leaders and little immature Trump, and then here's Nancy right on top of the working of it. So I feel like something else is going to come out that makes him go away before she can even work on another article.
Because I get some messages and articles here, but I get the 10 of Swords around it. which means that it might not be, either it's lost or it's ineffective or something.
I get that she's got a circle of support for future articles. And it could be like 3 more, with the 3 of Cups, it could be 3 more articles, which would take us up to 5. I feel like they've already worked on it, or they're already working on it, but they may not have a chance to even vote on him or bring it up because he's gone before they can bring it up. What are you getting, Becca?
So this top line here was to ask if they were going to bring new articles for criminal conspiracy. I have the dog, the house, the coffin. No, because something comes to an end here. Something gets closed off, it comes to an end. It could be the loyalty to the administration comes to an end, or it's closed off. So I asked what's closed off. I got the woman, the bear, the sun, the writer, and the whip. That's telling me that the woman that's the boss is shining a light and delivering a can of whoop ass. And he's gone. It's like he's gone before then. It's like she's coming after him. And she's coming after him hard. But she doesn't get to because something gets closed off to him, like he can't. So
Wow. Something's breaking. So maybe we should ask what's going to be breaking soon. What's the next big thing? This just fell out of the deck. Somebody in the Republican Party that may be looking at jail time.
Wait a minute. What did you just get? 10 of Swords and 8 of Swords?
No, 8 of Swords and 10 of Cups.
That's what I just got. Just now.
Yeah, it just fell out.
Oh, mercy. So we're getting an answer.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Let's see what Becca gets to put around that. Who's this person?
Let's see. What you got here?
Court for that person. Going to court.
There's a document around a bank or around a supportive conglomerate, supportive business of some sort with the Queen of Cups. So someone who gave him money when nobody else would. The Justice and the Hangman. So there may be a delay in justice because something else has been added. There's 8 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So there is also a tighter case that Nancy Pelosi or the opposition is also making. The World and the 9 of Wands. There is a completion coming to this uphill battle. The 10 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. There will be a flip-flop with some of the Democrats in the Senate. So watch for that too. That's what I got.
Yeah, I'm getting there's some big change that involves Russia, like where some of the money came from. The devil, of course, is here. Probably even lower people like AIDS, with somebody in the Congress or Senate. Judgment and big loss. Somebody's going to be cooperating, though. Somebody's going to be cooperating about money. Somebody's going to give it up. Mm-hmm. What are you getting, Becca?
So I have the fish. Can you guys see that?
Uh-huh.
The fish, the moon, the tower, the key, the heart, the stars, the fox, the coffin, the letter, and the bear. There's something going on here with the bank, also quite possibly a tower. that he's identified with, or a tower or a government that's represented by the moon. That's important, and there's some sort of an affair here that gets exposed with the person here. This could be Pompeo, this could be Barr, this could also be in reference to a powerful government here that is Russia. If this is a literal tower, that may get shut down. These two here are bankruptcy.
The moon card, could that be Turkey? Is that one of the countries with the moon on their flag?
Yeah, I think so. There's something here that could quite possibly have to do with Turkey, but if this is a literal tower that he's recognized on, that's important to him, that he's been wanting and desiring for a long time, no, it gets closed, it gets shut down, and this is bankruptcy.
That could be his Turkey, his Istanbul Trump Tower.
Yeah, and there's some fraud going on here with if this is Turkey, there's fraud here, and there's an important transcript or an important report that comes out, or maybe something on the media with these right here about something important, perhaps regarding a Trump Tower or perhaps in the government of Turkey itself. But there's bankruptcy and a building a literal high rise that may get shut down. And then
he's trying to build one in Russia and it's not complete.
Because there's evidence here on paperwork, a tower in an area represented by the moon, a tower in an area represented by the bear. And there's also a tower here with the stars. So that he doesn't have one in Israel, though. He may be looking to put one in Israel, because that would be the state of Israel, Turkey, Russia. There's something going on with those three countries, and money, bankruptcy, and a tower, and important documents that come out, and evidence of fraud. So,
yeah, and that's probably what Scaramucci was talking about. Some banking information is about to come out.
Yeah. Well, the guy from Deutsche Bank that committed suicide, we did a reading on, did he send information to anybody, like to the house or to a lawyer or someone? And we were getting a yes on that. Like, there's information still to come out from Deutsche Bank.
There's evidence, paperwork.
Let's ask if information's getting ready to break on Deutsche Bank. They've already broken that they know a Russian bank backed all his loans through Deutsche Bank. Is something getting ready to break here in the next couple of weeks?
It's tax season.
Oh yeah, it's only 4 months away, huh?
Somebody's having a loss here.
He said he'd show them if he wasn't being audited.
For how many years? I've never known an audit to go on so long.
Oh, Lord. I'm a horrible person.
I don't know.
I think Nancy's going to get something on from Deutsche Bank on the money. Secrets coming out. Or she may already have it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a woman here, a woman of Pentacles, though. I'm not sure who she'd be, but it could be a bank, because that is the card I use for finance. That Page of Pentacles also here. That's news about finances. And then the Six of Pentacles is also here. Was that Pentacle? Yeah, that's Pentacle. This is giving information, or giving money, or giving something, or requesting something about money. So yes, it is about to come out.
I think so too, because I've got, besides the Ace of Pentacles, I pulled 3 more cards. I've got the Ace of Cups and the Sun card. Those are all my yes cards, the Aces and the Sun card. And then I've got Celebration on that. So be a party in the street. She's getting it soon. I just pulled I just asked in my head, when's she getting it? She's getting it soon.
So for mine, I have the heart, which is positive, the cross, which is negative, ending here in a positive, yes. And then here is a trial in a large body of people. So I don't know if they already have it and it's getting ready to come out at the trial. Like because there's a trial and a burden there.
Nancy was, I mean, she likes Bill Maher, so that's probably why she was a little more jovial, but she was very, very relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Like she had no worries whatsoever. She just seems very carefree. Like she knows how this is going to end type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have just been me reading too much into it, but you know.
Let's ask what does Nancy know that we don't know yet?
And on that last question, is something coming out? I pulled a oracle. I got completion, support, and expediency. Thanatos.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Completion, support, and expediency. Okay.
What does Nancy know we don't know yet? She's been very confident through this whole thing. I keep feeling like, she's got something in her hip pocket. What does she know we don't know?
Because she said he wasn't worth it. And then she says he left us no choice with the Ukraine thing. I mean, she may have just wanted this to play out during election season. So you can see all his corruption. What does she know?
The Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. There's your banking card.
Got it again, right in the same spot, too. I got the devil, too. There is a new action or a new plan with that Ace of Wands. And then I got the Queen of Pentacles again. And then this is the devil in this deck. A little more subdued than the horned creature. This is him. So there she knows.
The devil in disguise.
She knows about the dirty dealing.
Yeah. I get that she knows about secrets with money laundering also. She's getting ready to bring it out. She's been holding on to it for a while. But money laundering overseas, with overseas, and she's getting ready to deliver a message. The speaker will speak. Like Artie.
Yeah, Artie's like, I want to be Speaker of the House.
Yeah, he'd be a great speaker.
So for me, I have the stars, the fox, lilies, sun, tower. There's a new strategy and a new plan. She's been patient with it because there's something here going on with an energy company. There's something here as well about a judge right here. Someone that's going to be in the media. This is a judge. He's high up. He has seniority there. There's also something here that's in the early stages of his career, and he's been getting financed long-term by this person, this person, this person. Here's a bank, a financial institution. There's also Russia, financial institution, an older man with white hair, an older man with money. Ongoing investigations here. This judge is suspicious of his character, of this person's character. This could be suspicions about Pompeo, because this would be the executive, somebody at the top of their institution. Pompeo, Barr, two very large, heavy-set people that are under investigation as well. But she's been patient because it's kind of like she cast the net. You know what I mean? And it's just everything's coming in now. So, but the investigations are still ongoing though. And they're looking at Barr and Pence and the two older man with white hair and another man that had the money. that's been financing Mussolini long term. So
we haven't looked at Barr yet, have we, Johnny?
Mm-mm.
Do a quick throw on Barr. See what his rest of January is looking like and into February. Ooh, he's anxious now. Good.
Barr?
Yeah, he's getting anxious. Might be going soon.
Like going?
Mm-hmm. No, well, like leaving his position.
Oh, okay.
So I've got like he's just gaslighting, lying, delusional, and his challenge is to come up with something new. He can't come up with anything new. He's felt secure, all this time, but now he's getting kind of strung up on his heels. Everybody's getting a different perspective about what he's been doing. Here's Nancy in the Money News, and I get like he may be going the tower on him for things he's been doing a long time. And then I start drawing twos. So 2 weeks, 2 months or February. Twos. What are you guys getting on board?
I got the same thing, but I'm not sure why. Like I wanna do it again.
Okay.
To make sure I just seen what I seen. Because I'm gonna do a second deck though. I got the 8 of Wands, so here's messaging. That's right in the middle. And then at the bottom, I got 5 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So there is a message or a letter or a document or something that's pushing him out. So I'm not necessarily saying like he's going to abdicate the throne and just run out. Somebody's pushing him out. Mm-hmm. He does have strength, but then is met with the Tower. And so like he loses his power or he loses his authority or he recuses himself or something happens to where he's removed from his office or a situation. So that's what I'm going to see what else is there. Because recusal is not something I see him doing. But
yeah, I don't see him backing down on anything.
Okay, I'm going to show you all what I got. I did a double line of 7 because I'm going up 2 months. Central to the reading, I have the scythe and the coffin. This is something that's swift action to separate and put on trial right here. There's something that he's covered up or blocked or ended in regards to the transfer of money for an opportunity for energy here. And it's sort of how they've been getting more money. The little bit of money has been transferred and made large here. And it's also something to do with energy and business, but how it changes. This is stocks right here, and energy. So there's something going on here with stocks and energy going up and down, up and down, fluctuating, but then you win really, really big right here with the clovers over the fish. There's a little win and then a big win, okay, because of the fluctuations. There is a sudden separation and a trial here. There is a woman in the public And there's some trouble with her. And then we're seeing here covering up the government and then legal documents right here. This may be in regards to the FOIA request, the records that are coming out of the government, because he's been covering up here and making it difficult to get the records out. But there's also documents here that he's been falsifying. There's false records that are part of the cover-up this way. But then there's a separation here from government. If this is in regards to his law license, he might, in the next couple of months, might be having some trouble because there's a trial coming up for him. And I don't know if this is in regards to the Senate impeachment trial, or they're going to start investigating him for this back here and all this stuff back here. But it's looking like the stock trades with oil and gas, and when it fluctuates up and down, where they're making, and there's something here quite literally about a death certificate, around someone's death certificate too.
So this is kind of going to what we were picking up in private. We were doing some readings offline that we didn't post. It's kind of picking up on some of the same stuff we were getting there. I think he gets disbarred. I think Barr gets disbarred too. He has a problem with that. What'd you get when you laid more cards, Johnny?
I got 9 of Wands. That is weariness. The 5 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Something he has worked at is now failing, or is now because he hasn't lost everything just yet, but it is failing. And then there is an indecision on whether, again, I get the 5 of Pentacles again to push him out. This is not something he does not leave voluntarily. Something pushes him out, or pushes him out of a case, or pushes him out altogether. I don't know if, because what he has done in the past, like the Iran-Contra, the way he has acted in the past is what he's doing now. And so this is sort of a dog whistle to those who remember those times and who are still in power in Congress, like a Nancy Pelosi or somebody, to go and act, or go and investigate, or go and do something. But that 5 of Pentacles is still there.
Yeah, this is they just hired Elliot, what's his name? Elliot Scott, I think his name is, to be the advisor for Venezuela. And he was convicted in Iran-Contra hearings. Now he was pardoned by Barr, putting Bush up for pardoning him. But these guys, they just keep hiring people that were connected to Iran-Contra or work with them, like Ollie North and the NRA.
Because they know the playbook, but what I think they're failing to see is these are like 85 million crimes when you guys were only dealing with like a dozen. Okay, and there's too many people involved in this one. It's like I think they're applying the same strategies on how they dealt with Iran-Contra. To like just a big pool of other different crimes that are way worse than Iran-Contra.
So the stock manipulation kept coming up. Becca and I were doing some readings off camera. Let's try and read on, see what comes up again. Did Barr, is he involved in stock manipulation as a way of paying off Mr. Epps' death, what he owed? Because if they had wire transferred money to pay off people, there'd be a money trail, Stocks you can hide. You can manipulate stocks and say, hey, make money here.
And you know what else? I was just talking to my sister about that today, and I was like, think about it. You have Mango Mussolini on Twitter blasting all sorts of stuff. They have made apps and algorithms to track the tweets of what he tweets versus when the stocks go up and down. So it's not like it's focused on one specific group. It's so global and so widespread that you can't really say that he's insider trading when he's the catalyst. Yeah. And he's really putting it out. You see what I'm saying? So like even people that are not involved in this administration have been making big. They're
already investigating. The House is already investigating who capitalized off of oil and gas stocks, because it went, way up
Mhm.
after they killed Soleimani. So,
Mhm.
and Trump's walking around Mar-a-Lago bragging about it. So, they're involved in stock manipulation as a way to pay off his debt for the death of Mr. Epps. We weren't really going to go there tonight, but
Oh, sorry.
it's kind of coming out anyway. It wants to come out again. I'm getting this whole buy low, sell high story. I got all these cards about shifting from here to there, shifting here to there, stocks, partnering with people, buy it when it's low, sell it when it's high. We'll go disrupt it. It's a big party. We'll disrupt the stock and it's something they've been doing for a long time. It's not new to the Trump administration.
Mm-mm.
And I get Barr gets an offer he doesn't like. Start a war. Who's making money off of the war machine, oil, gas, and tanks and artillery, airplanes and drones. What are you getting, Becca?
So I got the cross, the moon, and the book. The sacrifice was for someone's career to be kept secret or someone's reputation to be kept secret. It could also be a sacrifice had something to do with a book that was quite famous. This is not telling me yes or no, so I pulled a clarifier and it's saying yes. This is giving me more of a story of why it was done in secret. But there was a sacrifice, like they sacrificed him in secret.
I was trying to remember what the cards were we got the other night.
Oh, you have your notes, Jen?
Somewhere here. Let's see.
Sorry.
Yeah, we asked, did they manipulate stocks to pay for Mr. Epps' death? We got 25, 8, and 32.
Hold on, 25. That's the contract for death. Yes. The contract for his death because of his reputation. An agreement for his death because of the reputation. That is it was 25, 8, 32. 25, 8, where's 32? 32. And also because if you sacrifice them, the identities become secret because now you just shut them up. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything,
Yeah.
like, this is what I got. There's a contract for a death, yes, for somebody's career and reputation. This could also be that once this is done, this contract comes to a close. See what I'm saying? The agreement, like, it's not an ongoing agreement. It was just a one-time thing. What are you getting, Johnny? I'm curious to see what. He looks like he's pensive over there.
I was very stumped because I got 2 travel cards, but I'm like, how do you travel? Because what it was saying is he didn't leave. So I'm like, how do you travel without leaving? And that's where I kept just pulling all these extra cards because I'm like, he didn't go anywhere. Talking about Bar. He didn't go anywhere, and yet he left. So there was something he initiated in another place. So follow what I'm going here. He initiated something in another place that came back here. Because I get the devil. So all of this is sinister. So answer is yes, because everything here is sinister. There's a multi-layer to this. This is not just a roll the dice and here's what we got. So there's the 6 of Swords. So there is the travel. The Knight of Wands. There is the travel. But he left without leaving. So there he initiated something somewhere. And he may have an alibi. So you will probably never ever get him for whatever. Because it looks like something else, basically, is what I'm saying. So if you looked at it on paper, it would look like something else. If you looked at it with the naked eye, it would look like something else. Everything about this looks like something else. Like he covered enough tracks to where if you went to a specific place, it would seem like he was there. Like maybe there is something that says, "Oh, Barb was here." You didn't even see him, but there's some sort of evidence to say at this point in time he was here.
So he left a footprint, like he was leaving footprints.
But he wasn't there. It was just, I guess he had somebody else. I don't know, but there is the 4 swords, which is what tells me he didn't leave. Like this is him somewhere rested. This is him somewhere paused. The Ace of Swords means that there was still an action carried out. The Devil in the middle means that this was part of the plan. He's one place, but appears to be in another. And then I get mysteries and secrets, and then messages sent to another person with Estivus. And then over here, I get bravery, and I get independence, and then I get evaluation. So, yes, he paid someone some backhanded kind of way to where it will never look like he did it.
Yeah. Because he couldn't wire the money. He had to do it some backhanded way through stock manipulation or whatever. So there'd be no paper trail or just looking like somebody sold off stocks, you know?
Because this is travel over the land. This is travel over the water. Like you can't do both at the same time. So there is some sort of backhanded way. And all of this was going to work because this is Fanuel. This means that the ending is already written. It was going to work. There was no way it was not going to. And I don't think he will ever be caught for this in particular thing.
How would you catch him though, Johnny? I mean, if it's because like I was telling Jen, it's like they've been able to track from tweet to when you know when it's going up, when it's going down. So it's already attributed to his erratic behavior. So if you're using his erratic behavior to back pay somebody in that route, there's no paper trail because they can just tell you, hey, go get stocks here, give it a couple months, he's going to go on a, you know what I mean? And you can't catch him.
Unless there's a whistleblower from the other end where somebody was paid off. Let's ask, will this ever come to light?
That's where I get the whole, even if you are there, it will look like he's been there. So it's you can I don't think you can catch it.
Mm-hmm.
because he left without leaving.
Well, it looked like he was traveling quite a bit last year. Maybe he wasn't really traveling,
He didn't go anywhere. Only person that can tell is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I get the Chariot, 4 of Swords. That's my crossing over. When I get the Chariot and the 4 of Swords, there's the Ace of Swords. There's action there, and the 10 of Wands. There is the burden. Only person who can tell is not here, and it may not be even. Oh boy, it could be somebody else.
Could be one of the 2 guards that got prosecuted and sent to prison.
Collateral damage.
Mm-hmm. Covering his tracks. I got the birds and the scythe. Nobody will speak. Nobody will blow the whistle. They're cut off from talking.
Yeah. The work in the world is too strong, in the family. They've made the money, and I'm not getting like any of it will ever, like secrets revealed or anything.
No.
And interesting, you said the only person that can tell is dead, and that was what I had on the bottom. It's like sleeping with the fishes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, on that note, shall we do something light to end with for tonight? It's kind of a similar subject. I want to know, when Mitch McConnell finally dies, will his body lie in state at the Capitol Rotunda, or will he be so, his reputation so ruined that he won't be able to lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda? When, years from now, when he finally dies, will he be able to lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda? I try to think of different ways to read on Mitch. That's all I got this week. Oh, we're talking about people sleeping with the fishes. Purely for entertainment purposes only.
I'm getting a no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Not that he's going anytime soon. Are you getting a no?
No, ma'am. People don't want to see him.
Even if they tried to pay for the rotunda, he'd be forced out. The plan on your funeral somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Towers on him even in death. Getting the same thing. Too much burden, too much work to put him up in the rotunda. What are you getting, Johnny?
Mine ends in the strength card, but I have to show it to you first. So we'll start at the beginning. So I have focus. This is tunnel vision. So make sure you focus and you keep straight ahead. But it goes into chaos and conflict. So there is a push to get him in, and then a realization that he should not be here. You don't quite fit in. This is a zebra with giraffe stripes. So you don't actually fit in here, sir. Samikiel, the Angel of Vengeance. So this is people have memories. They really do. This is completion with Thanatos. So the completion. There is a person beating a lion here. So the strength card usually is like closing the mouth gently. This is like, no, get the hell out of here.
It's like me chasing Artie earlier.
So I'm going to go with the no.
There's a cat fight right here. Okay, get out of here.
People have memories.
Yeah, I'm getting that people are going to be speaking to let them know that they don't want to see them. They don't want to see them.
Well, on that note, we'll thank all 1,400 something people that are in here with us right now. Thanks, everybody. We're going to be next week on House of Lenormand. It's your last chance. Click on her name, go subscribe if you want to find us next Sunday night at 7 Central. House of Lenormand's in Pacific time, so that's 5 Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. You said next Sunday, right?
Next Sunday.
All right.
And every Sunday, but next Sunday on your channel.
5 o'clock.
Live stream.
5 Pacific time, 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
And Johnie show. Got it. Jen and Johnie show.
Jen, Johnny, and Becca show.
My channel.
I'll try to put Artie upstairs so he doesn't break out into a cat fight in the middle of the video next time.
He's so cute though. He's so freaking adorable. I love him.
He's just trouble sometimes. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.